All right, guys, so it is March here in the South, and we got a beautiful sunny day, March 1st, and I want to talk to you all about my top 3 baits techniques for the month of March. You know, here in the South, water temps, they're ranging from 50 to 59 degrees. I know if you're down farther south, you're a little touch warmer, fish are probably spawning, but I'm thinking, you know, majority of the Southeast, where I am, Kentucky, Midwest, it's pre-spawn. March is mostly pre-spawn time. The fish are up shallow. They're coming out of their winter haunts, and they're thinking about getting up there and doing it, but it's not happening yet. This is the best time of the year to catch a big bag of fish and to get some really, really big bites.
He needs 18-3 to take the lead. 18 pounds and 13 ounces. John Hunter to the top of the leaderboard.
So, without further ado, let's jump into it. First bait, a bladed jig. Man, the bladed jig is an absolute assassin in the spring. It's such a versatile bait. You can fish it around grass, you can fish it around docks, you can fish it around wood, you can fish it down rocks. And these are all, you know, all structures that these fish are going to be pulling up and holding on before they go to spawn. It's a little bit of a reaction bait, so you know, a lot of times it'll get that big bite, man. But it's a killer springtime bait, and a lot of times one of the first things I reach for in the month of March. I throw this on a Swait Brigade Black Label 7.3 medium heavy, 17 to 20 pound test, and high gear ratio reel. I like that medium heavy action. A lot of times you're battling those big fish. Next bait up is the Rattlebait. Rattlebait is a very similar style bait to the bladed jig. You know, in the spring, fish are pushing up on a lot flatter stuff. They're coming off a lot of the more vertical and steep drops and breaks. Got somebody flying by us. They're coming off the steep drops and breaks, and they're sliding up on some flatter stuff like we have right over here to our left. And the Rattlebait is a great bait to fish this stuff. You can really, really control your depth ranges with the speed of your retrieve. So you can fish that thing from 6 inches deep down to 7-8 foot if that's where the top of the grass is or whatever structure you're trying to get around. So the Rattlebait is an incredible bait, a lot like the bladed jig. It's a lot of times you're getting that reaction bite. These fish are up there. They're looking to feed, and it's just a great presentation for them. The setup I have when I throw my Rattlebait, I throw it on an inked Swait Ink Series, John Hunter Series. I helped design this rod, 7.1 medium heavy. It's a very versatile rod for a variety of techniques, and the Rattlebait is one of many that I use this rod for. 15 to 20 pound test line, depending on, you know, heavy cover, or if I'm fishing it very shallow and the depths I'm wanting to keep it at, and a high gear ratio reel for that as well. On to my favorite, my personal favorite in the spring and a lot of other times of the year, but that is a jerkbait. This here is a Guggen Scout. I've got a lot of bites on this one today. There's a bunch of different jerkbaits out there, and I use them all, but really, really a fan of this one right here as well. Why is the jerkbait so good in March? Man, the jerkbait can be fished, as you can see here. I got a little bit of lead wire on these hooks, so I was fishing it down in that, you know, a 6 to 12 foot range and some suspended timber, but that's the beauty of the jerkbait. A lot of times you can manipulate it depending on how you want it to be fished. You know, you can make it lighter, so a lot of times it's going to suspend or even float up a little if you're fishing around shallow grass. If you want to get it down and make it sink just a touch and get it down in some deep timber or deep brush, you can put a little weight on it. But you know, this bait and a lot of them come standard suspend, which is a lot of times just the way I fish it plain Jane. You can fish it around grass, you can fish it around points, you can fish it around docks. And that's the name of the game come springtime, man. It's fishing structure, fishing targets. The fish are pulling up, and sometimes that means it's a little bar off the bank. But they're coming up and they're looking for places to hold up and feed up on that last little bit before they move into spawn. And the jerkbait is just a great way to fish for those different fish that are suspending, looking up, not on the bottom. So yeah, man, jerkbait's awesome. My jerkbait setup here is the Swait Brigade Black Label 610 medium. Absolute all-time favorite jerkbait rod. Incredible action for this technique. I throw this on pretty variety of line sizes, but usually 10 to 12 is my standard. Unless I'm down in the south around grass, I may bump up to 15, but 10 to 12 pound test fluorocarbon and a high gear ratio reel completes that setup. So that is it, guys. I mean, you can literally have a rod locker full of rods, and don't get me wrong, I do and probably always will. But if catch a bass on just 3 baits in the month of March, those are the 3 that I'm gonna pick, man. I just have a ton of confidence in them. They all are moving baits. Y'all are probably thinking, man, what about the jig? What about the shaky head? What about the drop shot? They're all great and they'll all catch them in March. But March, a majority of the population of fish are up shallow and they're looking to feed. So I'm wanting to be as efficient as I can and hit as many targets and cover as much water as possible, because I think that's going to give me the highest percentage of getting the most bites and putting the most amount of fish in the boat, which is what we're out there to do. So that is why I have selected those 3. Guys, go get you those 3 baits on and get on the water and start getting those bites. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Just want to drop a note, say thanks to you guys. You all are the reason I'm able to put out this content and do this YouTube deal. So I want to give away some of these baits that we talked about in this video. I'm going to select 2 winners. That's going to get one of each of the baits here that we talked about. So 2 people here are going to get a Googan Scout jerkbait, a Googan Clutch Rattlebait, and the Happy trailer, which is the soft plastic trailer that I put on the back of my bladed jigs. So 2 lucky winners, gonna get one of each of those baits. All you have to do is be subscribed, like, and comment on this video. So it's pretty simple. Subscribe, like, comment, and we'll pick 2 lucky winners in the April baits video that we'll put out here next month. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.